Hello there, this is Vic Benedict. We're playing God of War Ghost of Sparta on God. Very hard difficulty, and this is the 6th installment. And I underestimated how many installments there would be in video number 1. I said there would be 6. Probably will be twice that many. Maybe 14. So, we are in the canyons now, and this video will take us all the way up to the 3 Aries Wraiths fights. So if you're looking for help with that, it'll be in part 7, installment 7 of the guide. So just some feral dogs down here. Completely skippable if you don't care to fight them. And I don't think we have any boss battles in this video. So we're going to hit the save point, cross the chasm. And what I said earlier about this, of just letting yourself trust this game implicitly and just let it do what it wants. Like on this here, all you need to do is just press a circle and it'll slam you right into the climbable area there. And then we'll get it, smash those 2 boards, come up here, and then cross this wire. There'll be a couple of these guys that don't trigger until you get on the rope. So what I do is I stun with the square button, and then I grab them. We have a fun fight coming up with some satyrs and the several Gorgons. So I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the guide, and I hope that it's helping you out on your own No Upgrade Run Plus campaign or your Pain Plus run. If I do Chains of Olympus, I might do a Pain Plus run. I'm pretty certain I could do that with. I don't think there's any huge roadblocks. But this will be the final God of War guide for a while. I'm not sure when I'll return to Chains of Olympus. It could be after the next. I just don't know. So these satyrs, they're pretty difficult to face. That slide that they do is very quick. It's hard to parry, and it just takes off massive damage. So if you can just slam them, continually slam them from the air, take care of them, transition that into the aerial Hyperion charge, and if the Medusa kills them for you, so much the better. Okay. I don't think I have any other things to say about this fight here. It's not too bad. If you stun the Gorgon, she will coil up and be stunned. That's what she does. It's a pretty nice reward for stunning her. When I say stun, I mean the charge. Okay, so I think that's the first time in the game when I've parried the attack of the Gorgon. You've got to do it very quickly. Before you think you have to do it, that's when you have to do it. And then all I do from here after is just triangle. I press the triangle that flips her up and launches her, and then I just grab her from the ground. Then I think we'll have another one coming up. The Medusas in this game, the Gorgons I should say, they're extremely easy. They're ultimately helpful for killing the other enemies. I mean, they were in God of War 2 as well. So I'm just going to finish her off without doing the quick time event. I'm going to get the health. And I think we're just going to be doing some more platforming. Very easy section of platforming because all the enemies are going to be coming from your from the left to the right. None of them are going to be coming to your right. So it's very simple. Too simple, actually. Over to the right is actually an item box with some kind of possession in it. I'm not sure. But this is the safest tactic to deal with these guys, particularly if you want to do this without taking any damage. Nice subtle effects in this game too. You might notice that when enemies are killed, bats fly away from their dead body. beautiful area of the game. It's kind of a crimson kind of area. So I've never tried to skip those enemies. You might be able to. Sometimes they let you get away with it. So when you come up here, just realize that they all know what you've done. They know that you're coming. So just make sure you break the shield off that foe with a charge. Quickest way to do it, and then I would grab kill enemies if I were you. I don't think there's anything wrong with continually grabbing enemies. Okay, did you see what happened right there? They do an attack with their bow that comes. Well, I was just going to say that it comes out of nowhere, but it doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes out of. How does that attack? I think when they let down their guard and you're too close for them, so that they're not going to shoot, but you're in melee range. They do it really quickly, that attack. And I've been hit. I just got hit by it. So I'm going to avoid that health and avoid that save point. This part up here is kind of boring. We're going to the Temple of Aries, and we're going to fight with our younger self up here for control of our sanity. So when you enter this temple, you'll have the narrator say something, which I edited out. It's not a cutscene. So we'll come up here. Epic music, if you hear it. So there's the throne of Aries. On either side of the throne is an item box, and you see me failing these. It's because I'm committing to one of the buttons and just spam pressing it, because they don't give you enough time to press the button unless you're some kind of a genius or something with the buttons. So for instance, I keep spamming the square button or the triangle button, and sometimes it works. I think this next one was the square button press. If I ever get these, it's because no. But all you need to do is aim at the three areas in that diamond shape on the wall. The 4 areas, my bad. Okay, right there. The only reason I got that O button press was because I was spamming the O, and it just happened to come up. And then just slam the younger Kratos into the wall with the O button. And this here is our ticket into Death's Domain. Once we do one of the hardest fights in the game with the Gerons. So here I am speed rolling against some people's criticism that you're not supposed to roll this way in between A to B. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was something that I mentioned 1 or 2 videos back about somebody who had the omniscient knowledge that the game directors didn't want you to roll from point A to point B, but rather to just simply move the analog stick. Because who needs to go fast in these games, right? So we've killed those 2 archers. You're going to have another set spawn. I'm not sure when. It might be on a timer, or it's after you kill this first guy. Yeah, it's most likely after you've killed that first guy. And they're pretty accurate with their arrows. I mean, even if you're down in this area grabbing guys, they can still somehow make their arrows arc down to where you are. But you can just whore the iframes down here by grabbing people. But you just have to make sure that you're constantly grabbing. And anytime in this game where you see me just standing when you think I should be, when you suspect that I might want to be launching myself, it's because I am holding the triangle button, but it's not doing the launch. So we're going to get the save point, and in between that little edit, I got the health. So there's some guys here to either kill or ignore at your own discretion. Oh yeah, there is a boss in this. It's the Boreas, the Dredge of Bas coming up. For some reason, I like the arena of this next coming fight, although it's still too small, too narrow. But I have fewer problems on him. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go from point A to point B as quickly as you can? Okay, over to we're actually retreading some territory here. So, if you head right after you get out of that lift, it'll take you over to a treasure chest. And the only reason I did not go over there is because I got it earlier. It doesn't repopulate. So over here, we'll have these Harpy Widows on the bridge. So, just jump and grab them. If you don't connect with anybody and you see one near, just grab them on the ground. And then just take out the archers from the distance. I never run into much trouble with them freezing me. It's not an issue that I ever have. It is pretty lamentable that he throws the arrows so slowly, and it's only after upgrading that you can throw them more quickly. I don't think that the arrow damage goes up. I think it's the melee that goes up, not the projectiles that goes up. The only perk that the projectiles get is that they go really fast. It makes really tough encounters not even that tough. I mean, if I could throw the arrows really fast on the final fight before the brother Deimos, it would not be nearly as hard. But since I won't be upgrading, it's going to be a big challenge. And the biggest challenge of all, though, regarding the projectiles of that, is that once you get the Carries Wraith with the O button prompt, you cannot, I stress this, you cannot throw the number of arrows that you need into the downed Carries Wraith with the O button prompt. You'll never kill. You'll, like, for instance, if you don't, I have a strategy where, and I didn't come up with it. I saw Taz1 doing it, where you hover over the area where the Cyclopses are to prevent them from spawning. But if you move, they'll spawn. So you need to be throwing your arrows at the Carries Wraith that you've got the O button prompt on, and if you have it upgraded, you can easily kill them from a distance. It's just enough, but if you don't have it upgraded, they're going to rouse from their stupor. And then I haven't discussed that yet, but when a Carries Wraith has a go button prompt and you don't commit to it, you don't kill them, then that also will always 100% of the time trigger them to go underground, the first attack that they do after they get out of their stupor. So that's one of the issues. But if you have your arrows upgraded, you can easily kill one from a distance when they're laying on the ground with the O button prompt. And it's not a matter of damage, it's a matter of they're only stunned for so long, and you can only throw the arrows so quickly depending on how much you've upgraded. And if you haven't, you have to do the O button prompt twice with projectile throws. But we're almost done with this video, actually, and I decided to put the battle with the 3 Carries Wraiths at the beginning of the next video, because it is the beginning of a new area, because technically this is the ice area. And there's only one fight left. But I will say that I personally am going to do the carries race no damage, so it doesn't matter how much health I have. Although I do want my health bar maxed out to highlight the fact that I'm not getting damaged at all. And I'm not showing off. I'm just trying to do what I did before on the video that I uploaded to YouTube, but I ended up deleting. So I personally think there should be, instead of the challenge where there's a perfection challenge in this game, and they can always be pretty rough. On this one, it's Gorgons and the Scylla broods. I think it should have been do the fight with the carries race no damage. It would have been pretty challenging, and people would have really got good at that enemy. But as it is, it's not even very challenging. So this area here, if you want to just go up all the way and interact with this ice barrier here, at this point, after you've taken it down and destroyed it, you can go back down the hill and kill the statues if you want to do it that way. Now, regarding this area, each time you spawn, those statues will always be there, so you want to take care of those 3 first. Otherwise, you'll be fighting twice as many of these guys. Now, these are the hoplite. I think they're classified as hoplite sentries. They're in the red mail, and their attacks, when they flip over to you, you can guard against their main attacks. But when they do the flip, it's a guard breaking move, so they can potentially be really challenging foes, and they take a lot more grabs to be killed. They also do, didn't they do that one attack? They also have a magic attack that they do. It's a short-ranged line of magic that they cast at you in the ground. I forgot how to provoke it though. I can't remember. I'll have to get back to you on that. I know they have one more move. The next time we fight them, I will reacquaint myself with that knowledge. I've just forgotten what it is. So the video is going to end here, and I will see you guys in the next installment.